You are listening to a MetalExpressRadio.com interview. Enjoy. Okay, Ian, let's talk about your new album. But before that, there has been a rather important change in your lineup.
Yeah.
I believe one of the masterminds in the band, Henk from the Laars, left. What happened?
Basically, 2 days before we went into the studio, we went in on the 1st of July into the studio. We'd been working with Henk since January. Henk had been working on new ideas for the album since January. And 2 days before we went into the studio, Henk quit the band. It was a big shock to all of us because it was Henk's idea to bring in a second guitar player. And I did the Consortium Project album last year together with Dirk Brandenburg, Stefan Lil from Van den Plas, and Patrick Rondat, and Camelot guitar player Tom Youngblood. And Patrick Rondat, during the tour, we played not only Consortium songs, but we played Van den Plas songs from Patrick's Amphibia album and Elegy songs. And basically, Martin Helmontel came to the show, was blown away the way Patrick played the Elegy songs, told Henk, and Henk loved the idea. Henk's best friend, actually, was a big Rondat fan. So it was all looking really positive. But there'd been quite a few things in Henk's life had happened, some real tragedies. His mum died earlier of cancer, which was an enormous blow, because Henk got on great with his mum. She was only in her early 50s. And there'd been some disappointments as far as Henk hadn't seen any of his publishing money from Japan.
Okay.
Turned out that the old manager ripped Henk off. He had something like $100,000 paid. And we found out when we were promoting Manifestation of Fear in '98 that the old manager had 2 times $50,000 paid onto his bank account. But he only paid the band a fraction of that, I believe. So Henk was very despondent with what was going on. This is the only conclusion that we can make, that he was kind of fed up with not seeing any money for all his hard work, all his great songs. And then, in the end, he just said, I'm quitting. That's it. He didn't give us an explanation. It's sad for the fans, because this album, we went back to the original style of Elegy, yeah, with the up-tempo songs. And we even, because of the request for fans, we even recorded tracks from the very first 1986 Elegy demo called Elegant Solution. And in the title track of that demo, which we re-recorded with new lyrics, etc., new vocal melody, in that song there's a twin harmony part, and that would have been perfect for Patrick and Henk to play together. And we could have done a farewell tour if Henk would have given us the opportunity, and the fans would have loved it. But, the band, the show must go on, as they say, and the band had worked long and hard with this album for 7 months. And but on the positive side, we ended up with a better result than we could have imagined, because Patrick's style, he approached the songs with a very positive mind. He wanted to compliment Henk as a songwriter and as a guitarist. And Patrick's sound, he has a very unique sound. He doesn't record with effects when he records solos. So it gave us a kind of new edge, a new dimension to the Elegy sound. It's like a fresh, modern metal edge to the album.
So Patrick was already in the band when Henk left?
Yeah,
Yeah. Was that a problem? You said he left 2 days before you went into the studio, and then Patrick had to play all the guitar parts. Was there a delay, or wasn't that a problem at all?
No, there was no delay whatsoever because, to our amazement, we phoned up Patrick. We were already recording the drums, and Patrick was scheduled to come over 4 days before he came over. He started learning Henk's 4 songs. When he arrived at the studio, I was shocked how well prepared he was. We sent him the demos that I'd recorded with Henk. I went over to Henk's home, recorded guitars on the 2 new tracks, Force Majeure and Great Charade, and 2 new tracks which Henk wrote. And the 2 original demo tracks were Elegant Solution and Killing Time. I changed the title and new lyrics, etc., new vocal melodies. And Patrick approached the songs with a very open mind, and I find that with musicians of Patrick's professionalism, this kind of standard, more often than not, I know Elegy's always work better under pressure, and we were working to a deadline with this album. That's basically why we didn't record with Tommy Newton at Area 51, because Tommy was busy with a band from Portugal, I believe, and he had a production for 3 months. So I'd worked in Excess Studios with Patrick on the Consortium project in '99. So we knew Hans Peters very well. We knew the studio. We knew that Hans was very guitar orientated, and Patrick knew exactly what his sound was going to be. So it just worked out perfect, and it went very, very smoothly.
You said this album is more up-tempo than your previous ones.
Yeah.
Was that a conscious move from the band?
Absolutely. When we did the Stradivarius Elegy 97 tour, then we did the 98 tour with Camelot, then through my homepage, ianparry.com, and through the Supremacy fan club in Italy, and the Noise page, homepage in Germany, we got many, many requests from fans to buy the original Elegant Solution 1986 demos, but we didn't want to sell a poor quality recording from a cassette on CD. So we did the next best thing. We took 2 of the up-tempo tracks. A lot of fans said, why, it's great that you're doing the progressive stuff still. We love the melody in the band, but you kind of neglected the up-tempo style of Elegy, which you can hear on Labyrinth of Dreams, the first album, Supremacy, the second record. So we were conscious over the years that we knew that with this album, when we started to work on songs, we knew that we would do more up-tempo stuff. And then with the combination of Patrick's sound, very direct, kind of metal-edged sound, it worked out perfect.
You are quite an international act right now. I mean, you're from England, Patrick is from France.
Yeah.
And your guest keyboard player, Stefan, he's from Germany.
Yeah.
And I believe a couple of the guys are from Netherlands.
Yeah, that's where the band is based. It was originally a Dutch band, but we look upon ourselves now as a kind of European Union band, and we were joking in Germany during the promo trip with Patrick and me. Patrick said something which I really thought was funny. He said, "Let's hope we don't drop like the Euro." So it's, for us it's great, and we hope that we can make a better impression than what the Euro's doing at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Will you continue with only one guitar player now, or will you get another one, a second guitar player?
Well, I don't know what we'll do for live. Gunther Werner will come on tour with us. He's already said that he'd love to do it. As a band, we'll just stay as a permanent 4-piece. We won't take an official member in, and that way there won't be any misunderstandings with the press and the fans. And then we may, if we feel the need to get a second guitar player, we may ask a friend of ours to come and guest with us on a tour. We're not sure yet.
Okay. We're just about to hear The Great Charade. What do you think about that song?
I love it in the sense that it's very melodic and it still has that progressive side. It's great because it was one of the 2 new songs that Henk van der Laars wrote for the new Forbidden Fruit CD. And it captures, if you like, the great tradition of Elegy.